Hi, welcome to Das House with Thomas Gunn, and today we're going to be making a Helene Torte. This recipe I got from the mother of a friend who lived in Mannheim, which is if you don't know where it is, it's near Frankfurt, mid-Germany. So this is actually gluten-free and dairy-free, so it's a great option for those of you who are looking for that, and it's a quite fast recipe and only takes about half an hour in the oven. So I'm going to give you quickly the list of ingredients. It's quite short. You need 6 eggs separated, 250 grams of sugar, 250 grams of finely milled walnuts, and you will need 133 grams of melted dark chocolate. You also, sorry, I forgot. You need 2 heaping teaspoons of baking powder, and I've just mixed it into the nuts because there's no flour in this recipe, so it's easier that way. So the first thing we're going to do is cream the sugar and the egg yolks. So you're going to mix that until it's nice and creamy, and what usually happens is that it changes color. So it starts off as a darker yellow, and it ends up turning over to a pale yellow. So we're going to start with that, and once they've reached the right consistency, we'll come back. So the egg whites have been beaten for just a few minutes, but now what you want is what they call a ribbon stage. So when you lift it up, you see the ribbon that it makes and how it doesn't sink immediately back into itself. It leaves the ribbon on top. That's what you're looking for. So at this stage, we're going to switch the whisk attachment for a paddle attachment. You can see the color has also changed. It's a pale yellow now. So the next step is going to be to put in the ground nuts. Don't forget, it has the 2 heaping tablespoons of baking powder in it. You want to turn this on low because you're doing an assisted fold here. You're just putting it in gently because you're trying not to deflate. I mean, I suppose if you wanted, you could also do this by hand. You could do a manual fold. So we're just going to fold this gently in. As soon as it's in, we're going to turn off the machine. So once this is folded in, I'm going to transfer it to a separate bowl, and then we will beat up the 6 egg whites into stiff peaks, and that will get folded into this mixture. So here we are, the nuts have all been folded in. At this stage, before we fold in the egg whites, we're going to add 133 grams of melted chocolate. So you're just going to pour all this in. I'd suggest not doing this while beating it because you're just going to continue deflating your sugar and egg mixture. So there we go, this is all in. We're going to put the paddle back down and slowly fold it in just until it's incorporated, and then we're going to transfer it to a separate bowl. So here we go, we've incorporated the chocolate into the nut mixture. Don't worry if it's not 100% incorporated because now we're going to be folding in the egg whites. So here we go, we've beaten them to stiff peaks. Now we're going to put in just a little bit. Stuff happens. And now you're just going to lighten up the base a little bit. So here we go. Below is the mixture that we've just added a bit of the whites to. Now we're going to fold in the rest. Folding is a matter of cutting down, scooping up and around. What you're trying to avoid is breaking the volume that you've built in the egg whites. So you're just going to keep doing this motion until you've incorporated the egg whites and you have a nice homogeneous lighter mixture. Once we've reached that point, we're going to just come back really quick to put it into the baking pan. By the way, preheat your oven to 350. So there we go. If you can see, it's a light mixture now. It's all been mixed in. Here's our pan. It's a spring form, which means it has this closure on the side so that you can remove the rim afterwards. The only thing I've done is put some parchment paper into the bottom. It's not been greased or floured. This typically works for me. So here we go. We're just going to pour this in. Try to get all that out. Sorry for the angle. There we go. Just give it a little level. Just a little tap for air bubbles, and now it's going to go into the oven for 30 minutes at 350 on the middle rack. And then when it comes out, we'll come back and we'll have a look at the final product. Here we go. The cake's been out of the oven for about an hour. It's just been unmolded and inverted. Next will come the decorating. And in my oven, that actually took 40 minutes. So I'd say start checking at 35 and it could go anywhere up to 45. Bake it until the skewer poked into the middle comes out clean. All right, there we go. The cake is done. We've put some strawberries, fresh strawberries over the top. You could serve it with whipping cream on the side. You can dollop whipping cream on the top. You could put some chocolate shavings over the top. I've glazed the strawberries just with a clear, fresh glaze, just to keep them looking nice and shiny. So there you go. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. And there you are. Helene Torte, bon appetit, guten appetit, until I see you next time.